Today, I'm taking you to the world's most mysterious and isolated country, one that feels like a dystopian movie come to life, filled with real rules and restrictions. Welcome to North Korea. The official name of the country is the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Located in the northern part of the Korean Peninsula in East Asia, North Korea has a population of over 25 million. Founded in 1948, North Korea is a communist regime ruled with an iron fist by the Kim family. From the outside, the country appears to be an enigma, but that doesn't mean we know nothing about the daily lives of its citizens. Thanks to its bizarre restrictions, North Korea has become one of the most intriguing nations in the world. In fact, something as simple as laughing could get you punished or even executed. In this video, we've compiled some of the most unusual laws of North Korea. I hope you enjoy it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Enjoy watching. Can you imagine a world without the internet? Or someone telling you which websites you're allowed to access? In North Korea, using the internet is against the law. The government exercises strict control over online access and operates a state-run network called Kwangmyong. However, even access to this network is extremely rare. So rare that most North Koreans don't even know it exists. Only high-ranking government officials, select tourists, and propaganda officers are granted internet access. The North Korean government sees the internet as a threat because it connects people worldwide. They believe that unrestricted access to information and the exchange of ideas must be prevented. The primary reason? They don't want their citizens to see the democratic freedoms enjoyed by countries like the United States or South Korea. That would contradict their propaganda, which claims North Korea is the happiest and most free country in the world. An open internet could lead to people questioning the regime, forming groups, or even criticizing the supreme leader. And in North Korea, even the slightest criticism could result in years in a labor camp. Or worse, a death sentence. In North Korea, hairstyles are regulated by the government. Some hairstyles are banned because they are considered Western, capitalist, or rebellious by the regime. There have been reports claiming that North Korean men can choose from 28 approved hairstyles, but most sources suggest the number is closer to 10 or 15. Growing long hair is strictly prohibited. Men cannot have hair longer than 5 centimeters. Similar restrictions apply to women, with 18 to 20 approved hairstyles. Additionally, there are differences in hairstyles based on marital status. Married and single women are expected to follow different styles. Barbershops across the country display a list of approved hairstyles, and business owners are strictly prohibited from offering any styles outside this list, even if a customer requests one. Imitating the supreme leader's haircut is strictly forbidden and considered a serious offense, as his hairstyle is seen as exclusive to him, almost like a royal symbol. Dyeing your hair purple could even be grounds for execution. A bright color like purple stands out, attracts attention, and disrupts the uniformity the regime enforces. Imagine someone walking through the streets of Pyongyang with purple hair. People would stop and stare, wondering who they are. And that's exactly what the regime fears. Uncontrolled attention. It's not just purple. Any vibrant color, whether red, blue, or green, is seen as a challenge to the system. Smiling on July 8th, the anniversary of Kim Il-sung's death, is illegal in North Korea. Citizens who fail to comply or even accidentally break this rule risk being sent to labor camps or, in some cases, facing execution. The same applies to making loud noises, consuming alcohol, or celebrating birthdays. In a way, July 8th could be considered a day of forced mourning for the entire nation. During this period, shopping and other leisure activities are also banned. These restrictions remain in place throughout the 11-day mourning period, ensuring that no one disrupts the solemn atmosphere dictated by the regime. Instead of allowing the people to mourn freely, the regime forces them to cry. In an interview, a North Korean who managed to escape to South Korea explained that the crying is sincere because the people are made to believe that their founding leader is a semi-god. The death of this leader is seen as a threat to God's blessings being taken away from them. Therefore, the people are conditioned to cry as a way of showing their submission and devotion to the leader, demonstrating their loyalty to God through their sorrow. In North Korea, television is one of the most powerful propaganda tools of the regime. TV channels are controlled not based on the public's preferences, but according to the government's directives. The regime allocates a large budget to the television industry to spread its ideology. In rural areas, frequent power outages make it difficult for people to watch television, and any television access there is often very controlled. Television is generally reserved for the capital's elite and middle-class citizens. According to unofficial data, in a country of 25 million people, there are only about 2 to 5 million televisions. The televisions in the country are designed to receive only official frequencies, making it impossible to access other frequencies. State officials regularly inspect televisions, and anyone caught attempting to change frequency settings can be charged with treason. Although it is presented as a democratic election, in reality, it is entirely controlled by the regime and is merely a formality. The country has only one political party, the Workers' Party of Korea, and the ballot paper only contains one candidate, the leader of the Workers' Party, who is the country's president. The legal voting age is 17. Not voting is considered an act of defiance against the state. And after the elections, a list is created of those who did not vote, with severe penalties for them. Voting in North Korea is effectively 100%, which serves as proof that the people are forcibly taken to cast their ballots. Those exempt from voting are generally prisoners or individuals sent to labor camps, as well as anyone who has opposed the regime. In fact, such individuals are not even considered citizens. It is illegal to form a political party other than the Workers' Party of Korea, led by Kim Jong-un. Those attempting to create a new party are usually punished with execution. There is strong evidence that the true purpose of these elections is to gauge the public's loyalty to the regime and identify any potential dissenters. In North Korea, the concept of freedom of movement does not exist. People must obtain permission to travel from one city to another, and the purpose of the trip must be explicitly stated on the document. For those living in rural areas, entering the capital is almost impossible. The capital is home to high-ranking government officials, their families, and the elite class, and the lowest classes are not allowed to enter. North Korea has two borders, one with South Korea and one with China. The people are not permitted to be near or travel towards these borders, as these areas are classified as military zones. If civilians are caught in these regions, they are charged with espionage, which can lead to execution. There is a strict ban on overseas travel for citizens. Ordinary citizens are not even issued passports, except in exceptional cases for government officials or workers sent abroad. Escaping the country is extremely risky and difficult, but not impossible. In 2023, 190 people managed to escape. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un continues to make unusual decisions in his efforts to completely erase Western culture from the country. His latest move was to declare the hot dog a dangerous Western invention and ban it. If you attempt to make or sell sausages, you could suddenly find yourself in a labor camp doing hard labor. Kim Jong-un didn't stop there. He also declared divorce to be the enemy of socialism and imposed a 6-month mandatory labor camp sentence on couples attempting to end their marriages. So, if you want a divorce, you'd first have to work in a mine and cleanse your socialist spirit. It's been exactly 2,025 years since the birth of Christ. Technology has advanced, civilizations have been built, and universal human rights are almost recognized by the entire world, with improvements being made for the most marginalized citizens. Yet a few self-deifying individuals have managed to bring a country of over 25 million people to this state. I hope that one day all people will receive the value they deserve and live in a free world. Goodbye.